All right, I'm hanging out with RunDead all the way via webcam from Vegas. What is up, gang?
What up, D-Day?
Oi, it is awesome to see you. And technical issues aside, I'm super genuinely keen to hear about this project. You guys look sick, all five of you on the webcam there. Can you introduce yourself one by one?
Sure. I go by the name One Vision. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, I'm a zombie prepper. Yeah, I'm from Brisbane.
I'm Threat 3. You know me. I'm from Alice, I guess, kind of. Repping Alice, Darwin, NT.
I'm Rosie Vibes. I'm from Brisbane.
Emperor Crow from Darwin.
Hell yeah, NT massive in the house. All right, tell us about this new project. How did you come up with this whole concept?
Well, I guess these guys have recorded in my studio for a while. And so a part of that, I guess, is meeting other random artists as well. And they met Emperor Crow in the studio. And I guess I met Rosie Vibes in the studio. Yeah, we all just started making music together. And I think these guys kind of had the idea. Emperor Crow might have been.
It was, I think, remember my name.
Yeah, we done a track on my birthday in 2020. And yeah, that's the first thing we worked on together. And then from there, we've developed it into what we're doing now.
What's the name of the record? How many tracks can we expect from this release?
We got a little bored.
We've got 8 tracks on this debut album.
Yeah.
Very excited. It's called Alliance.
Yeah. So collectively, we're known as RunDead.
But we're all individual artists in our own right.
And we sort of like came together and formed an alliance to create dope beats.
Yeah, and music.
Yes.
I love that
100%.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
So what's the deal? Are you all jumping on like 16 bars per track, or are you chopping and changing it up? What's your strategy with collabing in this format?
So, some of them get pretty long.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, there's 2 sets of 16 each in one of them. So there is. There is. Remember my name. Yeah, they did remember my name, and then when I was brought in, I put 2 16s on that, so it became.
So that goes for a month.
5 of us, so it's a big long one, but yeah, one of the best. I love it. Yeah, some of the tracks I put like not a lot of bars on. I sang for them instead, so I did like the hooks and stuff for the boys, and they just nailed it.
Yeah, man. And so we're looking to try to release this project within the next 7 days.
Well,
so we want to do it in the next 7 days, or at least have our pre-saves out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've actually got a couple, and if you're going to drop this thing tomorrow, we can probably give you our video clip to premiere on your show.
Sick. So maybe I could actually just cut it into the podcast, make it a kind of a feature of the video podcast within Spotify. Is that all good?
Sure,
yeah,
we can
and then we'll drop
it.
We'll drop it straight after that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'd like to begin by going around the circle and telling us all a fun fact about yourself. Let's begin with BZ. Sorry, what was your name?
Threat, I'm about to snap in this bitch. Decline gradually and climb rapidly while my mind defied gravity. There's something about these tragedy-stricken rappers. I had to kick 'em back to the 5-pack in the backpack, or when that was written. I keep my vibe 95 through to 99. I keep my head up and at times learn to toe the line. I'll rock your 1,000-head show or an open mic. I'll get your block rockin', Redfern to Bow and Shire. I go hard to death, I'm proud to be a part of this. I'm louder speaking, part the gift. These rappers don't know the half of it. I'm hard to hit, you attack, I make a arduous task of it. A hard task, master dropping bars up in your basket, bitch. How hard's to see? You all know you can talk it, but don't ask me shit. Walking on my raspy shit, rappers call when they need parting gifts or party hits. And I'm not talking tracks, I'm talking army zip. Like bags that flow, drop back, you don't talk that, just know what party big.
Zom?
Yeah.
Zombie prepper?
Yeah, like Humphrey B. Bear.
And what is a zombie?
A zombie is anyone I no longer consider human.
G'day, I'm on, nothing is wrong. If I got a bottle of beat and a bong, often I'm thinking that might be the problem. But fobbing it off, well, it's probably not. I'm coming in hot, repping the city I'm from. Rapping in Brissy, I'm up to the dawn. A lot of the younger will speak about hunger, not no one is putting them on. Island hood race, it's a rug rat, them good days. Here's a fun fact, we were kush chasing and bush racing. No jacks around, nah, fuck that. Jackass with the soundtrack, Bone thugs and them clown raps. Had the camcorders for the skateboarders when awake waters bought the ounce packs. Age 12, I was wondering how much I could smoke. At 13, I turned green and I threw up on the boat. It was stuck in my throat, that little cotton mouth kid, looking rotten and forgotten in some trodden down kicks. We were shotting down 6 to that moonshine mix. Not a mouse in the house, we were just 3 blind kids. You should rewind this to catch the lines that you missed. Fun fact, it's all a simulation, I don't exist.
So, one Vision?
Vision.
Sorry, one Vision. Where are you from?
I'm actually from Brooklyn, born and raised.
Exciting. What was that like?
Well,
I have appeared to give you these facts. I'm just here to give you these raps. I have made it about the gutter and I do not care to ever go back. Was forced to be forced with no family care to pick up the slack. Don't wanna be there to maybe attacks. I lived in the epidemic, that was crap. My brothers were there, but missing the last. Too scared to visit the past, cause there was nothing sweet about it. Now we got out and we said that we laughed. All that was there, then the year passed. 7 years old, my whole world crashed. Years gone by, surviving the crash. I'm thinking my life is meant to be sad. Back at the crib, she feeding the scraps. Anyone tease, now we gotta scrap. No new clothes for me and my bros, cause she gotta go and gamble with that. Back and forth and back. Now that we're done, her mother was back. East New York, my fists would talk with the blue and the gray and the red and the black. I was there, up in Iraq. Shout out to Miles who never came back. My brothers and sisters, I love them and missing me. We got a bond, no breaking that. Breaking down nothing cause she was a match. We made a vow, she took it back. Now I got a better queen, she my everything. And these are the fun facts.
Rosy vibes, eh?
Yeah.
Are you feeling alright? Have you always been rosy vibes?
So here's the thing, there's more than one side of me, duality, rosy polarity, for those who need clarity. Don't you think narrowly, don't be disparaging. The truth may be challenging, but a fundamental reality. Come to dreads organically, I spit chronically, uncommonly funny. There can only be one and one of me. I'm sick of residing in the box that you made for me, about to change form and hit the stage, a new age form. No way to cage mayhem, she's a vicious beast. She'll chew you up and spit you out, bits of you in her teeth. She'll even try consume your energy, bon appetit. And when I say she, I mean me. With her I am complete. Don't come at me, you're basic. I'll crack your face in the basin. I'm constantly losing patience. They keep up and escaping. Amazing. Somebody better clean this off the pavement. I know it's no way to behave, but what can I say? Back to the basement.
Okay, up next we have Emperor.
Oh, it's just Crow.
Okay, and what exactly are you the Emperor of?
Nothing really.
Whenever you're ready.
Hello, they call me Crow, you might guess I'm unhinged. Been in the water a couple of times, electric shocks and things. I've cursed the Lord in dozens of rhymes to see what harm it brings. Until he called me up on the line and told me that shit stings. And what else? Well, I don't drink or smoke weed, but if you mention any other drug, then yeah, it's open season. A shovel blow up into my nose, so when I sneeze, I bleed. I dropped and smoked a sip that aided even intravenous. But don't stress, that's not an image to celebrate. I'm not willing to replicate everything from my younger days. I eat spinach and vegetate with a cynical mental state. And despite my self-afflictions, I ain't ever had a headache. Last admission, I've got a thing for clown women. Let that face paint drip until I trip and drown in it. In the big top shit, I'm getting top, my frown missing. Then I'm locked in the box like a mime. Thanks for listening.
Well, thank you everyone for sharing. I don't want to say seek further help or anything, but this is by far the most unhinged, unredeemable group I've ever worked with in my career. I'm unqualified to offer you help, so good luck and may God salvage what's left of you. I don't think anyone else can help you.
Sick. All right, so I get the exclusive on the Music My Mates Make podcast. It is getting broader now every day. First interview was from a friend over in WA. Second one was in California. This one is in Brisbane. How is the hip hop scene going on over there?
It's steady. Yeah, there's always something happening.
Yeah, we've seen like a decline in battles, but there's lots of open mic nights. There's lots of events happening, and normally people are pretty keen to get other people involved as well. There's
A lot of collaborations, yeah.
And not a lot of haters, really. Like, it's not difficult to come up here and perform at places. People like you. You're well received.
Do you think that is a positive thing? Is like more of a collaboration than the competition of some scenes? I have noticed that about Brisbane. It's more, so you guys seem like more like chillers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all like mates, so it's to build each other up, really, to build the scene up.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much do you think that is important, like the competitive nature of hip-hop is important for the development of it, I guess? Like, would you say you'd have to come up in the scene as a battle rapper, or there's different avenues for different people?
Why don't you answer that one, Viz?
For me personally, I love battle rap. However, I know better than to even try to step on that stage. I do... The way I write a lot of my lyrics, I'm very combative, very, trying to prove that I'm one of the best MCs out there. So I do have that competitive edge when I do write my lyrics. But I also do like collaborating. So, but I think having that competitive edge and, being competitive in hip hop is one of the main staples of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think whatever avenue you come through is like, don't flop once you get on the mic. Like, that's always a risk that you face. And the more match practice you get, you guys would know Dan, the underdog, one half of Dead Beats with Threat 3. He's obviously come up in the battle scene, and you can see that's influences bars, but I think sometimes you can just have internal battles with people who don't even know that you're battling them. But sometimes I find you get inspiration from haters, people talking shit about you, or in your mind, you're kind of battling them. And yeah, you do have to have that I'm the best attitude. It's not like I'm decent. I'm a decent rapper. You always want to be striving for showing everybody.
I'm not bad guy.
I'm okay.
So I'd just like to go maybe from left to right. How did you get into the game, and how many years you been in it?
How did I get into it? Oh, man. I remember I wrote my first rap when I was about 12 years old after listening to... I grew up in Brooklyn in New York, and a lot of New York artists that influenced me was like Busta Rhymes, Nas... Big Pun. They just had this certain type of flow, that really, really quick kind of flow that I love. And being from New York, I still love, one of my favorite groups growing up was Bone Thugs and Harmony. And I just love that lyrical, intricate kind of like hip hop. And I've been doing it for since I was about 12 years old.
Damn. Respect. Yeah, and I do love how Bone Thug have their own type of melodic flow, which I think was ahead of their time, actually, because all these Drake and all these kind of like lover boy rap.
Yeah, coming out with a chopped and screwed version of it or something.
Yeah, chopped and screwed and emo. Zombie Prepper, what about you, man?
Yeah, it's probably different to most people's. I grew up in like a really secluded island. But yeah, probably like ICP and then Eminem pretty early on, maybe like 12 years old was what I was listening to. And then I instantly, and Bone Thugs around at that time as well, with like skateboarding kids. And then, clown raps.
When the skateboarders put the ounce packs.
Right. So this is why I rap about shit, so I can remember it.
And then from listening to ICP, when like fast forward, when did you record your first 16 bars?
So I also was like really into battle rap, like watching battle rap since I was young. Like when you had to wait ages for a video to load before you could watch it. And I was sitting there like trying to watch like the World Rap Championship 06 and stuff, and Scribble Jam battles back in the day.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. And then I started going to battles when I realized they were in Brisbane, and eventually started doing battles, and then just people like Beezy was reaching out saying you should make music. So then we started making music.
Now, I always used to think that battle raps were just freestyle things, but you obviously must do a lot of research into your opponent and getting as much dirt on him or her as you can. Like, how much research would you put into your battle raps?
Yeah, so like the format that I was doing it at was all a cappella but pre-written. They'd give you like a certain amount of time beforehand. They tell you who the dude was, but like early on, you don't like they tell you the guy's name, but you don't really know who it is because they're pretty new at it or something. So it can be difficult to write for people who don't have like a back catalogue of shit to yell at them about.
Did you have any experiences of train wrecking in the early days?
I don't know. I think I went in pretty prepared. So I think I've done like 5 battles, and it's in an era where none of the battles were like announced winners. They're like, you decide. So then no one argues with them.
But it's sort of
yeah,
fun,
I reckon
you know.
like at the end of every battle, everyone was coming up to me like, "Boy, that was sick! You smashed that." So I was like, "Sweet." But I think I won 5 battles. Probably.
I'd say he won 5 battles. Like if I was the sole judge, he's got them all.
I don't know. I'm keen to do a battle, but I don't know. It's really hard to write at the moment. There's just heaps of projects and stuff, other stuff going on. And
You've got an internal battle going on.
Yeah, it's a really specific headspace you have to get in, and it's a really negative sort of headspace. You're like, fuck this guy.
It is any weak spots in your armor or your identity, you're going to come at them. Have you guys ever seen the compliment battles?
Yeah, they're brilliant. Yeah, hilarious.
That would be a lot more fun to write for.
Wait for April Fool's Day. And are they online, those battles? I can put them in the show notes.
Yeah, those ones are.
Let the audience decide.
They're from like a whole minute ago there, so.
You can make your own vote. Yeah.
Let us know on the Q&A of the Spotify podcast, did Zombie really body that?
Exactly. Yeah, please.
5 for 5.
Please.
Weigh in. Threat. Now, I presume I had an epiphany one day. I was like, oh, he's Threat 3 because he's triple threat. I presume, is that correct? Like, you rap, you make beats, and you, breakdance?
Belly dance.
Do you tag?
Well, yeah, I guess that was meant to be the go. I've never been a very good tagger, to be honest. I do kind of throw up here or there, but it's nothing special. And I don't normally tag Threat. I sort of graph it if I'm signing merch for people, but that's about it.
What, do you go under Beezy or what's your main...
Sometimes. Definitely, that's my nickname. That's definitely my nickname. And so if I'm doing Dusties, it's always a Beezy normally. But yeah, I don't know. I can kind of sing a little bit too, and I do use it in some of my tracks. I guess you could call that my third streak, possibly.
Hell yeah. So I was accurate with that analysis.
Sure, yep. You nailed it.
And I like to say...
If you were a secret breakdance. So.
Yeah, I wanted to see you bust some shit out.
Just clapping like
Stop clapping, baby. And I do like to... I'm trying to create... Because it's Music My Mates Make podcast, I try and talk about how I know that specific person. And so I guess we did the Alice Anthem together. That might have been the first thing that we done.
Yeah, that's definitely the first track we've done together.
Yeah. And then we did Thought You Knew on the Soulful Ignorance.
Oh, yeah. Boom, that's a killer track.
Killer verse from Threat pretty much bodies everyone else on the song like a true G. If you haven't heard that one, go and check that out. Also, we'll put that in the show notes. Now, to your left, that would be Rose.
My lovely wife, Rosie Vibes.
Your wife, Rosie Vibes. Tell us about your first experience with hip hop. How did you get the hunger for it?
Well, I actually grew up as like a show tunes sort of country singer all the way up until my like late teens. Then I sort of followed, because Zom is actually my older brother. So as I sort of listened to the music he was listening to, I sort of started falling for the sort of the quick rap and the clever lyricism and the way that they were just so intelligent with the way they could put everything in place. It was just, really, really clever. And then, around 2020, he asked me to jump on a track with One Vision because they knew I was a singer. So I did a hook for them on Roll Up, which is an awesome track. And then they had me come in and do another verse, another go over it, just to make sure it was like set. And both of those recordings were done at Beezy Studio, or Threat 3 Studio, sorry. So then eventually it was, they offered me to have a go. And so I wrote like this little verse, and Zom and Threat helped me write a full track. And eventually I was hooked. I loved figuring out how to make it all work and like fit the beat. And it's the flow of it is what I love. Yeah. And I went from like trying to songwrite like country music. So it was a completely flip and so much harder and so much more of a challenge. I loved it.
If all of that can weave in together, like what you're doing, I guess there's different. Yeah, writing a song is different to writing a 16-bar verse. Like you have to have more, I don't know, universality to it. It's a whole different beast.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen a lot of like female rappers, so I never actually, though listening to all these guys, I never put myself in that. Like maybe I could do that. It was always like, oh, I'll do the girl thing, which was always like a country thing. So yeah, as of late, a lot more female rappers are coming, and I'm like, holy, they're awesome, and I want to do that. That sounds way more fun. Yeah. Yeah,
true. Eh? Are you friends with Viliani? Like Checkmate and Viliani? Just did a gig with those guys recently in Alice, and she's dope female MC that you should connect up with, speaking of that.
Nice.
I've told you this before though.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, Checkmate's a dope producer. I think Checkmate produced the track for Deadbeats once.
Oi, his Instagram is popping off at the moment. If anybody wants beats from the vault, from the Checkmate vault, go and check out the IG.
Who did you checking out Checkmate's vault there by the sound of it?
Who did he battle on beat?
I don't know. Did he battle somebody on beat D-Day?
Yeah, no, we were there.
Oh, we were there. Sorry.
It was when Dan battled Sage on beat.
Oh, serious? That's right.
Checkers and someone.
Was that back in the day?
It's kind of been that long ago. 3-4 years ago.
Maybe 4, 5. But yeah, that was
still back in the day.
COVID messes up the timeline, so it's hard to tell.
Because it used to be Checkmate and Villain, I think. And then now it's Viliani, his missus. So I don't know. It was cool to see the power couples though. And you guys.
Yeah, for sure. And do you know
rhyming couplets?
Shads and Helena?
No. What's that? Who's that?
They're also a fire. That's a husband and wife situation.
Both incredible artists.
Yeah. That's it. She is so good.
What a dream. Although if your missus bodied you, like, I don't know, that would keep you up at night.
Yeah.
There's enough domestic drama.
I'm not there yet. I think he's the only one I wouldn't battle on the team. Because I like my home life. So
There's sometimes you don't want to open up that can of worms there.
Yeah.
Bro, to your left there, I've just forgotten your name.
Emperor Crow.
Emperor Crow. That's right. Put a face to the name properly. Tell us how you got into hip hop in the first place.
Well, I didn't really discover it because my mum had me early. She was like 17 and she was already listening to Eazy-E, Tupac, Wu-Tang, Bad Boy Family, like Bone Thugs. So there wasn't like a moment where I got to discover it. That's what was already being played.
Did you rebel against that?
I mean, maybe like a bit of like what was popular at the time? Like, you know, like Automatic Lover. Whatever that is, that was on.
That was your childhood?
That was bedtime story.
Automatic Lover. Alright. But it was mostly rap, so like even when I turned 13 and it was like time to rebel, I couldn't run away with hip hop. I had to go to metal just to piss my mum off.
You got to keep that edginess. Like, that's not going to... I've known people who've grown up in households that were, like, very open-minded and hippie parents, and then they've gone, like, really conservative and...
Religious!
Yeah, religious, yeah. So it really doesn't matter what your parents do. You're going to rebel against it at some stage. So have you guys got individual releases lined up for the rest of the year as well as this collective album?
I just put out a release in March this year. It's like an EP.
What's it called?
It's called The Apocalypse Prophecy. So I have like these 4 albums in my head lined up. So I'm working on the first real one now. Called the Apocalypse Collection. So each one takes one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and kind of brings them to life, one project at a time. And because I was like, I guess I was fucking around a bit on like actually getting started on this first one. So I thought I'd release something like a tasting plate. So I made an EP called The Apocalypse Prophecy. And that's like just a little bit of like what you might hear on each of the coming 4 albums.
You can just have a little taste of the apocalypse.
Yeah, just a little taste.
Each of the 4 horsemen.
Sick. Some countries, they eat horse, so that is appropriate.
Facts.
Fun facts.
Yes.
Horses for courses, I guess. But
Oh, does it peek out the mic when we all talk at the same time?
yeah, we need one of those talking sticks, and you can pass it around.
We've been told that before.
I got a song dropping soon as I get on a computer called Clowncore. So that's all ready to go. Just need to sit down and log into DistroKid and actually release it.
It's an absolute banger.
It's ridiculous.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's about...
Seems like there's some clown inspiration from you guys in quite a big way.
He's definitely
This one's a juggalo. This one's a jester. This one's got colourful rainbow dreads.
Yeah.
There's clown vibes.
I'm just really into girls that dress up as clowns. That's my thing.
Yeah, I got an album coming out for Bullshark City.
Soulshot City.
And that has
Tracks
songs on it too, but I can't count them because they're not on the board.
Yeah, it's quite a large project. It's been really fun working on it. And some of the best Brisbane hip-hop that I'd heard thus far is still yet unreleased on the Zom album. So definitely that's going to come out this year for sure.
Yeah.
I love it when my favorite stuff is unreleased.
Me too. It's kind of exciting.
My mates.
Yeah,
like,
for it. Like, someone sends you something good and they're like, don't share this. And then you're like, release it.
Now, Zom, I noticed you're wearing a Deadbeats shirt. I'm wondering if we can expect anything Threat from Deadbeats in the coming future.
Deadbeats. So yes, we are working on a Deadbeats 3. Dan and myself.
Am I on it?
Yeah, you're on it. So we got one vision on the Deadbeats 3 album.
Damn.
What song?
I missed out.
Hungry.
Oh, that's going on it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was written for it. And then we've got Rosy Vibes on one of the ones with an international feature as well.
Very exciting.
We can't name that, but I may have also worked on that track with Underdog.
Oh, wait. So I think that might be a different international artist, possibly.
Oh, different one. Sorry, a Talkbox, but that's not
Yeah,
true.
see, I believe that was with, that was with an OG, a triple OG. And so is this one, but it's a different triple OG.
All right, so everybody's in on this project except the people probably watching right now. Awesome to have all you guys hanging out with us via the Red House studio, which you've been in actually.
One Vision's got his new album.
Yeah, I've got a project coming. Yes. I've got a project dropping November.
Yeah.
Oh, the talking stick.
In November.
Talk louder.
I'm dropping in November. It's got 13 tracks on it. It's called Basic Training. And actually, there's 5 tracks up on all streaming platforms right now that you can listen to. That's off the album. So when it drops, it'll be 9 new tracks added to the 5 that's already out there. So,
yeah, and no doubt when you release that, hit us up. We'll share it through the socials and try and big that one up as well. So new releases from
One Vision.
One Vision.
I love it. That's the collabo.
One
Vision. We got a new release. Oi, One Emperor.
One
That's
Vision,
it.
Emperor Crow.
There can only be one after your skills training.
And Deadbeats.
Deadbeats.
And RunDead.
And then collectively, you form the Avengers of rap in Brisbane,
accurate.
known as RunDead.
Very accurate.
Seems like there's something flowing in the water there because the hip hop scene is strong. We've got a bunch of releases from you guys, which I'm sure we'll stay in contact with in the future. And thanks for sticking with us during all the technical difficulties tonight. I've got a AirPod, which I'm actually streaming the guys from in order to hear the answers to their questions. So hopefully this all works out. But yeah, send me the link to your new video. And
no worries, man. We'll send that video to you first, bro. Exclusive.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome, man. Can't wait to check it.
Yes.
No worries at all.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for sticking it out. Episode number